Hello and welcome to the show today. My guest has returned to talk about some of the amazing bits of work he has done recently. Let's go to a clip now to see a bit of that. Isn't that just great to listen to? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Ray Koefoed.
Thank you.
Okay, of course, thank you very much for coming back on the show. It's great having you here.
Thanks for having me again.
Now, I've looking at some of your work you've done since we last spoke. Some of the videos you've made are now outside, like Gmod and the Source Engine, like there's one in Grand Theft Auto and another one in Limbo. So does this mean now like you're branching out to other games, and is there any games you can think of that you would like to do?
Well, a lot of that is because I got a new computer, and evidently all the problems that SDK, Face Poser, and stuff had with Windows 7, evidently those are still there, because I'm having a lot of difficulty getting that to work, and that combined with a lot of updates in the Source Engine and stuff has pretty much ruined most of the tools I used for my old Gmod videos. And so not many people are keeping those updated anymore, so it's kind of a dying thing, I suppose. And so yeah, I'm just looking for other things to do, I suppose. You know? I mean, it's not like I have a specific direction or anything. I'm just doing whatever comes to mind with whatever I have at the time.
So it's more like you're just testing like what's out there, like you said, like you've done the Grand Theft Auto, but like the woman on the bike, and then you did Limbo, the capturing.
Yeah, and then I've done like I did like one a while back called A Plague on You that was using a 2D animation program called Anime Studio, and I like doing stuff with that too. Like on the new video with BZA, the Like a Machine one, the whole effects with my eyes and stuff, I did that all in that 2D program also. So there's a lot of stuff I can do with that.
I could definitely say the whole eye thing, that really did turn out well.
Thank you. I'm glad you think so, because I had to do it frame by frame, like with a mask, so it was a lot of work.
And once again, appreciate the work, people.
Thanks. BZA did most of it, though. He's the main dude on that whole project.
I say, speaking of which, of course, you've also done quite a few collaboratory work now with like Apple of Dead and Causes of Effect and stuff.
And the Ebola project.
Yes, it's like, so how do you get in touch with these people? Do you get in touch with them and say, do you want to work, or do they get in touch with you?
Well, I think it's usually people I'm in contact with, either through like looperman.com, where I met the Ebola project, and Apple of Dead was a friend on YouTube, and he'd share links of his music and stuff, and just I might hear something by somebody that they send me or whatever, and I think it's something that I really could get into their style of music, so I propose the collaboration project. But that Like a Machine one, BZA came to me and with the idea, so that was all him. But yeah, it's usually I'll hear somebody's music or something, and then I'll just approach them and ask if they're interested in trying a collaboration.
So, of course, now that you're working with these people, what's it like working with others when it comes to making the music?
Oh, it's fun. I love it. I feel like I'm being lazy though, usually, because usually they're the ones making the instrumentals and I'm just doing the lyrics and vocals. So, I mean, that's the fun part for me. The sequencing the music and stuff is like the job, the chore. So, I mean, to me, it's like I said, me being lazy kind of. It's just doing the fun part. So it's really good for me. And you know, a lot of people like making the music. I don't know. I just don't have the same like motivations and stuff to put a song together like I used to. I don't know what it is. I guess it's kind of like writer's block, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does actually. That does make sense.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's really great because like we use Skype to like transfer the files back and forth, and I think it's just amazing that like BZA is in Germany, and we're putting these projects together completely overseas, you know, strangers in real life, and we're doing it just fast and simple with file transfers. So it's really, I guess music's kind of easier too because there's less problems with formats and the file sizes are smaller and stuff. So I don't know, it's just really easy, and I think it's really great that we have that capability now to create art with strangers on the other side of the world, just as simple as you would if you were in the same room with them almost.
So it just pretty much expands on the whole creativity and...
Oh yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I forgot to ask you last time in the interview, I pretty much kicked myself for not asking. On your website, and of course what we're going to be showing as your icon here, you have done some artwork as well, some really good drawings. I mean, what inspired you to do some of these images?
Well, it's pretty much other artists in general. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, it's the like ancient Greek statues and stuff, and then my like current favorite artists, like strange surreal type art, like Salvador Dali and H.R. Geiger. Did I say it right? Geiger?
I think it's Geiger, yeah.
Geiger, yeah. Anyway, he's the guy that the whole concept of the Aliens movie was from his really strange airbrush type art. So it's just that strange, dark, surreal type art just always has been my inspiration, pretty much. And I've been doing it since I was old enough to remember. I mean, I was drawing in school when I should have been like paying attention to the teacher. So that was like self-educating myself all through my childhood instead of learning what I was supposed to be, I guess.
Well, worked out in the end, didn't they? Not paying attention as such.
I don't know. But I mean, the thing that I've learned is that any style of art, if you can get good at one style of art and just be able to use that part of your mind or whatever, that you can easily transfer it to any other genre or medium of art. It just takes that creative, being able to use that creative part of your mind of expressing yourself, you know, like that. And I mean, so it's really any form of art you learn, like, you know, playing the piano, drawing, whatever. I mean, if you can devote yourself to it and get good at it and get creative with it, I mean, you can transfer that skill onto any other kind of art, I've learned.
Of course, with your art, does your artwork reflect any of your music work, like in terms of style and stuff, would you say?
I don't know, it's all just me. You know, it's just my taste in things and stuff. So, which, as you can tell with all my various stuff, it just kind of varies a lot, changes a lot, my tastes and perspectives on things. So, but people seem to think almost everything I do has kind of like an eerie darkness to it, and I don't see that in most of it. I mean, except the stuff I actually am trying to go for that, but evidently that's something I project that I just don't mean to.
Now, on your website, you've put like a few like tips and tutorials and like different music software and stuff. Would you ever consider doing like a full tutorial when it comes to like either doing the Source Engine stuff or you're like approaching music writing in general? Would you ever do like a full tutorial for people?
Like full video tutorial?
Yeah, like a full video tutorial, like music writing and stuff, so on, or like using the software.
I really haven't thought about it. I mean, I don't know if I'd be very good at teaching like that, but I mean, I guess it'd be something I'd be willing to try if it was something that people didn't know how to use, and I got a lot of requests for it or something. I might be willing to try it, but I mean, it's not something that's really ever crossed my mind.
So, is there any like I mean, sorry, I forgot to ask you last time. It's like there's probably like loads of like music artists and stuff out there. So, like, is there any like any words of like one word tips or something you can say to like inspire people, encourage them?
I would say for anything you do, pretty much, is just to keep at it and not give up, not be discouraged by don't be afraid to post this stuff on YouTube or whatever, and don't be discouraged by bad comments. Just take them as general criticism if there's any to offer. And personally, if someone's just there to be an asshole and troll you, I mean, just delete that and don't let it affect you. But just don't stop, don't give up. Just decide what you want to do and be good at, and just learn everything you can and continue to practice and get better at it, and eventually you will. I mean, anything you put your mind to, if you really devote your time and effort to it, eventually you're going to get better. And you just got to be patient, because I heard somewhere where it takes like 5 years to be an instant success, and that might not make much sense, but that just goes to show how you've got to be patient. You have to. It's not going to be something you're going to pick up like making machinima or something, and you're just going to decide you want to do it and sit down for a couple hours with a video editing program and be a success. It's trial and error, it's learning, and you've got to devote a lot of time to it. I mean, expect to be doing it for years before you get, thousands of subscribers or something, unless you're just famous, unless you're just lucky and just a popular, charismatic person, but most of us aren't like that.
Now, one last thing, it's like you mentioned in your first interview that you're going to be trying to make like an album of like all your tunes so far, maybe some things new. I mean, what was the progress of that? Has it actually been released, or?
Oh, yeah. I released an album of a bunch of my old stuff and up to my like more recent original instrumentals. But as far as making a completely new one, aside where I release all the songs at once, I kind of failed at that because I over obsessed on it, and I just burnt myself out really quick. I mean, I had like 13 or 14 instrumentals in the works, and it just got to the point where I just I just couldn't like stand to listen to them and continue working on them. That's when I started doing these collaborations. I don't know why, I just kind of trying to do that and try to cram it to where I was planning on making like a song a week, an entire song, and trying to just cram it all together and work on all the songs at the same time. I think that's what caused me to burn myself out on like sequencing music. I don't know how to explain it. I think I tried to do too much too fast, and I ended up not liking anything I had started, except for a couple of the instrumentals that are on that. I mean, all these songs that's on my album or whatever is on my website for free, as always. I mean, that's something I always plan to do. Just because, I mean, I think I don't see no reason not to give it away free, because somebody's going to get it. If somebody wants it, they can rip it right off YouTube and stuff. You know, music isn't something that I don't know if it's making sense what I'm saying.
No, what you're saying is making sense. Don't worry.
Music isn't something that is hard to obtain, you know, through either torrents or through just ripping it off of YouTube or a player somewhere. And I think it's selfish for people to say, you know, if you want my art, this is the only way you can get it is by buying it, you know, through this. And I like to believe that people respect the fact that I do give it away for free, because, I mean, I want them, even if they don't like it good enough to actually pay money for it, I like them having the actual best quality original MP3s, rather than have to have some crappy, you know, ripped version or something, if that makes sense. I don't know if I had a point or win anywhere with that, but...
No, it does make sense, and it does sound very fair in what you were saying.
So you asked me about my album, and I put emphasis on giving away my stuff for free. I don't know how constructive that was.
I'm sure when you listen back, it will make sense again. It made sense to me. I'm sure it makes sense to the people listening.
But anybody that, I mean, there's been plenty of people that actually bought like Taste the Cake off of iTunes and stuff, and that's really great. I mean, I really appreciate that, because I put all that towards like new software, and like I got a new microphone and like studio monitor headphones and stuff that I think really improves what I'm doing. So, I mean, it isn't for nothing. So I really thank you for supporting me. But still, if you don't want to, I want you to have it for free anyway. I guess that's my point.
Well, that's very, very generous of you, and I'm sure everyone appreciates you for that. So,
well, thank you.
And of course,
I hope so.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. So thank you very much for coming back on the show. It's been great listening to you again.
Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Koefoed. And of course, I've been Caboos15. Catch you next time.